Hello, ColumbusLive.com visitors. I'm John Ross, and this is Brooke Preston with us. the newly minted Brooke Preston.
You can't leave me alone without watching me for a week.
True.
Or I'll come back with a new last name.
True. You got married.
I did get married.
So that was a coming distraction for you.
It was, and it will remain so.
Mexico, honeymoon, everything.
All of it.
So you need to get caught up, as do you. So coming distractions, as promised, our weekly video podcast about everything that you need to know for the coming week. She won't let me talk about a lot of the TV because Lost and The Office, pretty big developments happened.
I haven't caught up on my DVR yet. So.
True. But as everybody knows, the coolest thing on television is the Cavs are in the Eastern Conference Finals. First game tonight at 8 p.m. And soon they will have 3 more wins. I think we're going to go in 4. I don't know. People are predicting 7, but I have a little bit more faith in the Cavs.
I think we're actually going to go in 3.
We win a 7-game series in 3.
I think the third one's going to be such a strong win. They're just going to just push us on through.
One thing you did see that I have never seen. We should probably talk about American Idol because people are
the only show that matters.
Apparently. You saw it, I didn't. So
that is the one thing. We came home from our honeymoon and immediately opened presents first and then watched American Idol.
It's good to see you have your priorities straight.
Well, we did open presents first.
Good, nice.
But then, so American Idol, a little tragedy has befallen me personally because there are only 3 contestants left. And front runner, Melinda Doolittle, was voted off this week, and that's a tragedy for a lot of reasons, mostly because she's kind of referred to as the resident pro on the show. Everyone kind of assumed she was just going to skate her way through to the finals, so to not even see her in the finals is very different. So we have instead 17-year-old Jordan Sparks, very young but an obvious talent, and we have Blake Lewis.
The beatboxer.
Yeah, the beatboxer, who,
wow.
Not as talented, but...
And he also has some sort of like weird side character that he does. It's like kind of
my particular
a trucker hat
beef, if we're still using the word beef with Blake, is that he insists on thinking that he's introducing artists to the world that are already introduced to the world. Like he'll be like, "This is Jamiroquai. He's kind of new," or he'll say like, "You might not have heard of this guy. His name's Jason Mraz." And you're like, no.
So we're indebted to him for bringing us artists we're already familiar with.
Yeah, he'll do like a 311 song and act like they're just like a little college band that no one's ever heard of. So,
interesting.
Yeah, so he's kind of a pioneer in that way. But he's, it should be an interesting final. He is a good performer. Whatever I may have, my personal beef aside, he is a good performer, and Jordan's phenomenal, and it will be a very interesting final with Melinda taken out of it. It actually will be a more interesting final to watch, even for people that haven't been following through the whole season, because you've kind of taken the powerhouse out of it. So now you have.
Is that further evidence that the voting system is rigged and they already know who the winner is at the very beginning?
I think they're going to bring Sanjaya back and add it in for a little
ponytail mohawk kid?
Yeah. I think they're going to bring him back. That's so sad that you don't know who he is.
Local music, switching gears in a big way to local music that everybody can get behind. Hookahville this weekend. I talked to a couple of the guys from Ekoostik Hookah this last week over at the Highbeck Tavern. Had a good talk about all of their crazy stories from being on the road for nearly 15 years. This is at Legend Valley, which is a campground in the southern part of the state, legendvalley.net. And actually, Hookah's new album, it's actually an interesting project because they re-recorded their very first album because there were all these like really awful circumstances surrounding the recording of their first album, so they went back and re-recorded it. And it sounds great, and Hookah is bringing the Wailers, Rusted Root, Hot Buttered Rum, all these great jam acts and reggae acts and rock acts to Hookahville. That's May 25th and 26th. Second of all, we've got the Woosley Band CD release party Saturday, May 26th at Rivari Room. I just talked to Sean Woosley, the frontman of the band, and the record kind of sounds, I can make a lot of comparisons to Wilco because you've got this kind of folk rock Americana structure, and around that they put a lot of kind of atmospheric sounds, and it's really cool, and they've been playing a lot, so you should definitely check them out.
Plus, I think there's actually a legal quota that we as critics have to make of bands that we compare to Wilco each year.
Sure, and I've
So
been way low on that.
we have to catch up on
There was
that.
actually a new Wilco album, which Chris reviewed in the paper and on his blog, so that kind of took care of some of it. But we are under quota. I think we're doing a better job of keeping up now.
Yes.
Um,
At least 4 of these bands sound a lot like Wilco.
Sure.
In here.
I've got music news and reviews and interviews. Also more Nintendo news. I have brought down my NES, and people have emailed me their favorite games and had a lot of problems with the top 5 list I picked on my blog last week. So I am appendicing it. Is that?
I think so.
I'm adding more stuff on. Anywho, I'm at jross@columbusalive.com if you want to tell me about stuff that you want me to talk about. Brooke, you're at, well, God knows where you're at now.
For now, I'm still at bwilliams@columbusalive.com until all the legal
Even though she's
papers have been
perished and
filled.
you've risen from the ashes.
The new phoenix has risen from the ashes. So for now, that's how you can get a hold of me.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.